Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I am reviewing the High Republic Mission Disaster, which was written by Justina Ireland and was released on January 4th, 2022 in digital form, but March 1st, 2022 in physical form. But it was the third and final middle grade novel for Phase 1 of the High Republic, and I enjoyed it. I once again liked Vernestra Rwoh and Imri Kentoro's and their, kind of abnormal master and apprentice relationship because, of the small age difference between the two. Obviously in young adult novel, Out of the Shadows, which they both appeared in, kind of see their struggles with it all and whatnot in that novel. Which this one kind of see them kind of over it now, kind of understanding each other more and being better as a master and apprentice. So I definitely enjoyed that. Probably my favorite things from the three novels they've appeared in is seeing how their relationship has grown since it has courage to this novel. But the story revolves around Vernestra sensing Avon Starros in danger, which Avon Starros appeared in the test of courage. She was this daughter of the Senator Ghira Starros. He's like a scientist, or Avon is like a scientist or a young scientist, and Vernestra, like I said, senses her in danger, and eventually learns that she is in danger, as where she currently lives, Port Helip, was attacked by the Nile. So they head there to find out if she's okay or not, and they find out that she's missing and seemingly abducted by the Nile. So they learn that on the nearby planet of Dalna, that they've also been having people mysteriously disappear. So they head there to maybe find a lead on where Avon was taken, which then throughout the story, on Dalna, the people of Dalna don't like the Jedi, and they try to get the help from the vice president of Dalna, but kind of acting weird. But they eventually find the vice president's son locked up in this random little house, and they take it back to the vice president, who's obviously kind of reveals what's going on, and that the president of Dalna is kind of hiding, or not hiding, but saying it's not that big of a deal. But you then see Vernestra send Imri and the vice president to Starlight Beacon to kind of get some help there. We do see Vernestra and the other Jedi on Dalna kind of come up with a plan to then go after Nile, because they learned that Nile are on Dalna. And the president of Dalna is like, the Nile aren't that big of a deal. Which we do learn some stuff later with the president, which I'll get into. But which Vernestra and the other Jedi kind of then set out looking for the Nile. They eventually find them and learn that Avon is there with them, which Avon has been kind of forced to work for them with this other scientist named Dr. McCampa, which Avon kind of creates a fake kyber crystals for them, going off of one she stole from Imri in a test of courage, which she thinks she's creating bad ones, but Dr. McCampa uses them on this thingy she's created on some fault lines on the planet to cause ground quakes, which McCampa uses them and they work, and so it creates a bunch of natural disasters around the planet, because of all this. And we learn that the president is in league with the Nile also. The Nile kind of attack the main city and then dip without, because the main city is unprotected with all the Jedi there looking for the Nile and whatnot. So the Jedi and whatnot have to help the people of Dalna evacuate the planet, which we see Imri back on Starlight Beacon, knowing that Dalna needs help. So he suggests to tow Starlight Beacon with the some ships. There's some corporate synergy. We see the Halcyon being the main ship that tows it. That's the Galactic Star Cruiser resort thingy. That's, whatever. I kind of stupid, but, it's exactly like what they did with Galaxy's Edge, having to put Batu in as many stories as possible. But Starlight gets there and then, is able to, get ships down to the planet and evacuate everyone. And that's kind of where the story ends. That's a very, a brief recap. There's obviously more to it, but, I liked, stuff. I like learning more about the planet Dalna. That's probably one of the most interesting things to me. Learning why the Jedi, aren't really liked. I guess because something what happened, like they said 150 years beforehand, called the Night of Sorrow, which I guess was some like conflict on Dalna, which the Jedi were trying to help, resolve and whatnot, but they didn't, I guess, understand it fully. So they ended up just causing more trouble, and because of that, the Dalnans don't like the Jedi. Also we learn because of all these natural disasters, all these volcanoes and whatnot, but then cover the planet in lava at the end of the is going to cover the planet in lava at the end of the novel. I guess some of the reason why there's like the fault line and whatnot, I guess they're saying that Dalna was kind of a recently, it was, I guess, because of so many volcanoes, seems like it was maybe recently covered in lava beforehand, several hundred years beforehand. And so it's, I was in Star Wars years, has been a more recently established planet, I guess. So that's interesting. Obviously, the Night of Sorrows, I assume that'll be something we'll see in the Phase 2, the, I believe it's the young adult novel, Path of Deceit. I think that's what it's called. We'll be seeing Dalna in that, so I assume we'll be, seeing the Night of Sorrow in that novel. So yeah, also, seeing more, kind of, people in power, joining the Nile, like the president of Dalna, being in league with them, which, obviously the Senator Ghihira Starros is also, part of the Nile, which you saw that in the Fallen Star in the short story, Starlight Shadows Remain, part 1. Interesting to see another character like that. Wonder how many more there might be, but going back to Starros, obviously Avon. At the end of the novel, kind of see her get suspicious of Ghihira, kind of wondering how she knew the names of the Nile members what kidnapped Avon, because Avon had only told it to Vernestra, and Vernestra didn't tell it to anyone else yet. So, and Ghihira knew them. So it was a, interesting moment there. It was at the very end. Definitely interested to see where that goes. Also, that short story, Shadows of Maine, we kind of get those events in this novel also from the point of view of Emery and some of the others aboard Starlight. Because, like I said, Emery goes to Starlight, the vice president of Dalna. In the short story, we see Ghihira Starros attempt to kill him, but the chief of security on Starlight, Galt Tartfin, finds out in the short story, and then Ghihira kidnaps her or something, or knocks her out, seemingly, I assume kidnaps her, because in this novel, we learn that Tartfin has, seemingly fled the station, which, they think that Tartfin was the one to attack the vice president, because the vice president doesn't remember anything. So, it does kind of go unresolved in this novel, so I kind of felt it was a little weird including it all, including a mystery to it. Obviously, the second part of the short story will definitely learn all that, but felt a little odd in this one. That was probably one of my complaints. The only one other big complaint I have was both novels kind of anticlimactic. The whole novel is about finding Avon, figuring out what's going on with the people disappearing on Dalna. It's definitely a little slower, but once it gets to the point where, the Jedi went off, find out what's going on, the novel just kind of ends shortly thereafter. So, it just kind of, there really wasn't any fight at all between the Jedi and the Nile. There's a brief fight with Vernestra and Dr. Campa, who, no one really wins. This Campa kind of flees. So, I kind of wish there was more there. Also, just kind of wish once the natural disasters happen, there's a little more there. It's just kind of very brief and quick. So I just wish there was more to it at the end. But, I still enjoyed, like, the characters. Definitely Vernestra and Emery. The other Jedi characters. We see the character Deva Lombop, who was, first appeared in some of the Marvel comics. The War of the Bounty Hunters crossover series, which is set during the original trilogy. So it's interesting seeing that character. She's not really a huge character in the novel. She's kind of one who finds out about Avon. They kidnapped Avon not knowing who she was, and like Deva is the one who kind of learns she's a smart person and can do scientist stuff. But I also enjoyed learning more about Dalna. Definitely an interesting planet there. The story was, solid. I definitely enjoyed it. Just wish the ending was a little bit better. And also I just wish the tie-in to the short story didn't create a mystery in this novel. It just kind of goes unresolved. And it's not a very big part of the novel, but it's kind of weird having it in this novel. So yeah, but, I don't know. I'd probably say this. I liked it about the same as the previous two middle grade novels. They're obviously made for, like 12-year-olds. And I'm above that reading level. So, they just kind of end up just being alright. So, yeah. But, even if I enjoyed this one and I enjoyed the previous two also. But compared to novels like, Light of the Jedi and The Rising Storm, I really love those. But these are just kind of like, fine extra stories. But, I still really enjoy Vernestra and Emery and whatnot. But, yeah. Anyways, my grade, I'll give it a B. So, yeah. Anyways, that'll be it for this one. My next review will be the first issue of the Eye of the Storm Marvel miniseries. You can check that out then. But I've been Starzy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.